Right, welcome back. Last time, China collapsed, that's for sure. Also did a couple reforms up here with the bureaucracy, so there's very little left to do. Honestly, I probably won't touch that because, or major reforms, because my legitimacy is just too valuable. I really want to get this decision done as soon as possible to claim the Celestial Empire. The thing is, I've actually done this part of the campaign before yesterday. It's just that I accidentally hit the stop recording button about 2 minutes in. So, at the very least, I have taken that decision before and I have seen what it is. So, I do know what I'm going to do next. It will be to fight France as quickly as possible. Although, maybe not as quickly as possible, but soonish. I do want to get a couple preparations in place before I try anything. Just to give myself enough time to really prepare for it. But yeah, let's get on with it. Quick question. How much would it take for everything that I want in Indonesia? The equivalent of 10 more war score or 10 war willingness. War enthusiasm. Military strength. Okay. I can still get 8.5 more war score, and then there's the length of time, length of war. Modifier that can be affected just by continuing the war. It might also help if I end up, how should I put this? Do that decision, the claim Celestial Empire decision. Because there's a specific benefit to that. Actually, that won't change much of anything up here, but still. There we go, claim Celestial Empire. Well, it does say gain core on North, East, and Southwest China subcontinents. It doesn't do that, at least not directly. However, the thing is that something that I've fairly quickly learned is that it treats you as a Chinese contender. You become a Chinese contender insofar as that sort of stuff is concerned. So you get the Unified China Casus Belli, which is incredibly powerful, and I'll show it in a minute once that's done and over with. But Chinese provinces that you conquer are instantly cored at no cost. 0 cost whatsoever. There. Unified China Casus Belli. This one is incredibly powerful. You can only use it against other Chinese contenders, but, well, and the war goal is show superiority. However, for all provinces in the Chinese subcontinent, you get 5% aggressive expansion and 10% cost. You still get 100% prestige too. So you can very easily conquer a very large amount of territory for very little cost, next to zero. And that's how they managed to get the whole Chinese unification thing to work without China having 500 aggressive expansion when they managed to finally do it. Okay, maybe another year or two, and a few more provinces siege down. Oh yeah, definitely hide, because that's the French super fleet. Very strong, very, very dangerous. Although to be honest, I could probably handle this war and another one. It's maybe Ning? Probably smarter to go up against Liu Dong though. Yeah, they've got not very many troops. Well, Oh, they'll take the peace deal now. Okay. Right. That gets me all their Indonesian territories plus their southern Chinese provinces. Correct? Yes, I've selected everything. Okay. Yep. Automatically cored. At no cost. Full stay cores too. Which is why I need to turn this into a state. The Indonesian territories do need coring, and now my name stretches gloriously. Okay. Right, now that that's dealt with, I'm going to need to get these troops out of there. Put you up to the north. There's still separatism, but again, coring is instantaneous. I do need to be careful, though, not to get into too much trouble over all this, because it's very achievable to cause massive amounts of unrest. I wonder if this will go exactly the same way as it did the first time I went through these years. Anyway. Oh, I lost the siege of Shanghai. Oh no. My war score is so high that I could take every province except for their final one. I mean, that might actually be fast and efficient, all things considered. I should probably pick a province that's poorly defended and unlikely to cause issues, though, like this one. Well, actually, this one. There we go. Oh, I get it. Liudong doesn't have just the provinces down here. They have those up here. I don't really care that much about them. I could get the rest of the ones that are exist in Shanghai, but so that yeah. That's not enough war score from battles in order to count. Great. But I've knocked down their war enthusiasm enough in order to grab all the provinces that I can without starting yet another war in the meantime. Portugal. Close tribute territory of MEIOU. I can handle them later. Right now, let's focus on reunifying China. Here. Woo! That's tough. Very tough. Sure, go ahead. A war against France can't be wrong, can it? Or if I win hard enough against their armies, apparently it's just an auto peace out with everything. Yeesh. How does the Roman Empire get this much imperial authority? It's not even enough electors. No, actually there are. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, there's not even enough electors. Okay, so apparently if I win hard enough in a battle, they'll just give up. Without even needing to go through a peace deal. Yeesh. Okay, so. With the restoration of China under our dynasty, we can claim the mandate of old and the privileges it bestows upon our divinely sanctioned realm. It is tradition to restore our historic sphere of influence in one form or another, with the most common and noble being the restoration of tribute. Succession law. The founders of new dynasties have the responsibility to make sure their descendants won't destroy their grand enterprise. Qin and Sui fell because after the great first emperor, the following ones turned up failures. Jin, on the other hand, fell because princes were more concerned with fighting over the throne than protecting the borders. Who shall succeed Huan Sequoia Quintin I after he leaves the world? Should we enforce a strict rule of primogeniture, which should put a stop to endless line of claimants? Or should we hope that the next emperors will decide on the best possible candidate to succeed? Let's just stick with primogeniture. It's my current reform, so there's not going to be any weirdness occurring. Well, we're now the emperor. Okay, so these reforms are not possible. They're probably from the older versions of the game and have not been checked to make sure that they are internally consistent. So that's a to do in the future sort of a dealio. Meritocracy is increasing. Excellent. Power projections, positive mandates, stability. I have that instead of legitimacy. I think this would be a good point to stop. So, that's a lot more territory than was previously available. And I do have the mandate, and for the time being, so long as nothing goes thoroughly wrong, corruption is increasing, yes, but as I said, meritocracy is as well. And it will lower slightly the amount of the resting point for corruption. And it's unlikely to reduce, unlike legitimacy, upon succession. And yeah, the mandate is stable. The plus 1.25 is easily enough to keep things going, and even after it is lost, I still have plus 0.18. Although corruption is increasing. Meritocracy is as well, and prestige will for the moment remain high, though I do believe it will go down. Maybe? I do have a lot of centers that I've just conquered, as well as several larger cities. I believe largest city in the Angkor is the largest city in the world, so that's a massive prestige buff. Plus I have full control over so many trade nodes, at least when it comes to the provinces. So many of them. And a lot of them I have near total control, if not majority control. If not that, then majority control, etc. Assuming this country can be kept together, which actually is a bit of a question, because I do not accept any of these cultures, not even Sichuanese, which is massive. I don't accept any of these cultures inside of China. They're also the wrong religion, although it's Mahayana versus Theravada, so it is tolerance of heretics, that's the thing. And it is at point 2. So they are tolerated, though not all that well. Within the confines of the game, of course. But in Victoria 3, this will become a different thing. Assuming, you know, it were somehow possible to convert this to Victoria 3. But yeah, the cultures are, the accepted cultures are Khmer, well, this culture group, Khmer, Cambodian, Monic, Burmese, not Kachin, Khmu, Katu, and Malayan. I believe that's all the cultures. There might be another culture that I'm forgetting about. Oh, Javanese. Javanese is the other culture that I forgot about, but yeah. Religious map mode is also very distinctive. I wonder if these can be turned into states. Possibly. This is the smallest state, and I think I could... it's not really important, actually. So yeah, Celestial Empire, it's probably going to stick around for some time, though there is the issue of nationalism that is going to rear its ugly head fairly soon in the timeline. It's going to become a big deal. And there's also the issue of the Europeans. It is likely that there's going to be a constant conflict over the concessions that the Europeans have. Thankfully, I'm a fairly modern nation. I can pick up the Maxim gun with... I have enough points for that, so let's take it. True repeating guns were developed soon after the magazine. The Maxim gun was first introduced in 1884 and represented an impressive leap in military technology. A recoil-operated machine gun, the Maxim gun could fire as many as 600 rounds in a single minute, allowing a single soldier to take on an entire regiment. It was said that this gun, more than anything else, helped establish the British Empire. Land morale plus 0.8, infantry shock plus 0.15, infantry fire plus 0.15, artillery shock plus 0.08. There's advanced tactics, but I can't afford that. And the game is ending in the next... well, it's going to be a few years at the most. It's ending at the latest in 1858. It might end as soon as 1856, though. Start of 1856. Possibly the start of 1858. I'm not sure. But that was 5 centuries. 5 centuries. China is not fully reunified, but it is close. Under a Laotian monarchy. So, and the economy, well, the treasury's booming and all that. I could in theory reform, but I'm just not going to go through the effort right now. Instead, I'll just turn on the timeline. Yep, I started with this much territory, and now I'm the Emperor of China. So, let's start the timeline and see how things have changed over time. And here we are at the end. You can really see how quickly everything moved. Anyway, next time will probably be social democracy, given that as of the time of recording, it's pretty close to complete. Mainly missing polish. There's achievements and everything, so we'll be doing that for a week, maybe two. And, yeah. I would like to hear ideas for the next campaign, that's for sure. Right now, my ideas mainly center around going back to the Balkans and doing a Serbia run. I believe, yep, I went through this spiel last time I tried to record, and yes, it's still recording, good. So, it's, yeah, basically gone now in this timeline, at least from the province view. Because they have quite a bit of territory under their control indirectly. A lot of it is held by subjects that are rather disloyal because of their sheer quantity. Another option would be Hussite Bohemia, would be interesting. Wait, Russia formed? Oh, Yaroslava must have formed Russia. Huh. That's different from the last time I finished. There was also Scandinavia going revolutionary. But back to campaign ideas. Probably not something in Africa. Maybe something in India or Persia or Afghanistan? That one, I'm not so sure on. I mean, I could do my old favorite of QQ. They still have cores? Oh, there's Ak that has permanent claims on here for some reason. Believe they no longer have cores though. Yeah, they don't have cores anymore, but Kora Kainu, which I almost certainly mispronounced, but best attempts. I mean, there is the potential option of trying an Irish country. That would be very rough, though. Oh, or a pagan Lithuania. Or maybe a merchant republic, I don't know. Any specific suggestions would be great. I'm probably not going to do anything in the New World until they've revamped the ideas, though. Because the old familial system bonus idea thing, it's ideas from older versions that had different viewpoints and mechanics. I'd rather have the newer ideas that are all cultural and whatnot. And, you know, some of them shared by the culture group, others not. So, yeah. Still, the Ottomans having 1 billion in the field. That's scary. But I can take on anyone that tries. Presumably. Naval invasions are tough after all, but they become easier with time as landing craft become more advanced. Oh, Muscovy is losing against Oirot. That's because Korea was defending them. Anyway. I'll see you again next time. Until then.